Good morning, everyone, to Marketing Matters. This is our weekly webinar brought to you by Landmark Title. I am Sarah Touchstone with Landmark Title. I am joined today with one of my amazing BNI partners, Amy Swaney of Citywide. I joined BNI this past year, and for anybody that is unfamiliar with BNI, it is Business International Networking. It is one of, if not the most popular, most awesome, and biggest networking, small business networking groups in the world, hence the international part of it. So Amy is she's our loan officer of the group. So we are the power partners, title,
Yay!
Real estate agent, loan officer, power partners. So I've been asking, we do this every week, and it's wonderful to have partners in this industry that are so knowledgeable and can come on and share their knowledge with us on Marketing Matters. And I was talking with Amy, and she said, hey, I'll come on and do a Homebot. And we're up to like 40 episodes, and Homebot is something we have not covered. However, I feel like a lot of real estate agents are familiar with this platform. It's been around for a while. I've done some other classes on it, but this is the first time we're bringing it on to Marketing Matters. So Amy, let's get homey with Homebot.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I really appreciate Sarah and what she's brought to our BNI group and their power partners. Sarah has been an incredible, injection of energy and so much of her information about how to market and what networking tips, have really helped us in the real estate field, and I know has helped a lot of people in our group. And we really appreciate what she's brought to BNI. So thank you so much, Sarah, and Landmark Title. Really appreciate that. So,
ooh, Amy,
I just want to jump right in.
I never get an intro like that. You want to come back? I'm usually giving them.
You bet. Well, thank you for letting me come on. And my name is Amy Swaney, and I am the branch manager, but I am a producing loan officer with Citywide Home Loans. We are a residential loan originating bank here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we have been around in Arizona for about 10 years, and I have been with Citywide for 10 years as well. I've actually been in the industry for about 30 years and love this business. Wouldn't know what I would do if I wasn't doing it. I'd probably be in real estate because I'm obsessed with real estate. So, and just like me being obsessed, so many of our consumers are obsessed with the market, which is why this is such a perfect opportunity to talk about Homebot. So I don't know if anybody out there has seen the SNL skit about Zillow, but it's quite funny where they talk about how people are obsessed, and it's almost embarrassing how people are obsessed with Zillowing their own properties or spending the night in and looking up real estate. It has become the pastime of choice, is to look at the market and see what is going on with the market. And that's great and well and good and all those things. The problem is that your consumers are doing the same thing. So if you want to go ahead, I don't know, Sarah, are you going to move forward on these slides? Okay, perfect. So the problem is that we, as in the industry, don't want our consumers getting Zillowed. We want to make sure that they are continuing to see our advertising and and being reminded about us being their contact for anything real estate. And that's what the Homebot, and they call it Homebot AI, which is artificial intelligence, which we want our consumers to remember us when they're thinking about anything real estate. So that's what Homebot does. It keeps your clients and prospects within your sphere of influence and not somebody else's. So if you want to go to the next slide. So if you were to think about it, by the time an average American retires, 83% of their retirement will come from their home equity. And people want to know that. So if you think about it, if only 17% of their savings is from their 401k, and if you're like me, or if you're consumers like me, every month we get a statement, we get this information about what our assets are doing. We're getting this information about our retirement and our assets, yet we don't get information about our biggest asset, which is our home and the wealth that we're building in that home, which is probably one of the reasons why people continue to be obsessed with Zillow. So if you want to move to the next one, which is why Zillow has become such an obsession with people, is people love seeing this equity that they are building in their home. And that's where Homebot steps in and becomes that life portal, or that basically your asset statement every month to your clients. It's a client for life portal that gives consumers the ability to see where their wealth is being built through their home. So they get every month, they get actually an email from you that says, if you are a member of Homebot, they get a statement from you that says, here is your equity, or how much asset you have this month, and where and how it's growing and things like that. That's the basic part of Homebot. What your value that you're bringing to your consumer is. Every month they're going to get an email from you that says, and go to the next slide, that says, here's the estimated value of your home. And you can see that here's everything that you have about your home. Here's all the things that you can do. You can tune some of this information. People have the ability to put in their own information about it. They can update their value. They can update the information about their mortgage. They can take a look and say, oh, well, we've made some additions to the house. They can increase their square footage. They can actually adjust and adapt to whatever they feel makes their information more accurate about specifically their home, all within this portal that they're getting through you. And your information is actually at the top every time that they see this. And it says, like I said, at the very, very top, it says your information, it's coming from you, and they're consistently getting it every single month. And the great part about it is that they can go back and reference it, and it becomes their portal into all the other things that Homebot has to offer. So it also allows them to keep in contact with you. You can go to the next slide. It allows them to keep in contact with you if they have questions, or if they want to get more accurate information about their home. So,
we had a quick question, just real quick. One of the questions was, can we change the address on it?
Meaning if they receive it for one property, can they change it to another property? Is that what the question is?
If they've moved.
Yes, actually you can. So they can, if the borrower wants, or if their client wants to either add an additional property, or if they want to move it from one property to another, yes, they do have the ability to do that.
Nice.
So that's a great question, because you want to continue the borrower or the client throughout their progress from one house to the next house to the next house. And so what's great about that, and that is a fantastic question, the goal is to keep that client for life. So so when the client does receive this, the concept of this is that you get to see the interaction of what the client is actually, what they are seeing and what they're interested in. So the information that they have the ability to reach out to you, and you also have the ability to kind of stalk them a little bit on behind the scenes. So you get to see, they get to proactively reach out to you. And so, for example, if they are looking at the information provided in this system, so again, this system provides them the ability to search other homes. So once they get into the model, they've got their information, they've got all their information about their own home, but then maybe they want to say, hey, I'm interested in other markets. Maybe I want to go out and maybe I really like the idea of my house and now I've got all this equity, but maybe my house doesn't fit what my needs anymore. So I want to go and search other markets. They can do that, and you'll be able to see that they're doing that. But they also may say, well, maybe I want to, in order to be able to go out and start looking at other houses, maybe I need to know what my house maybe is worth, not just through an automated system. Maybe I really want to know what a real estate agent might think of my house. They can actually reach out through the system and request a CMA, and it will go directly to you. And it's it can be texted to you, it can come through the system, it can be emailed, depending upon what you set up the notifications to say. So it's very, very easy for them to do that. You can do it gives you the opportunity to reach out, back out to them, talk to them. It makes it very, very simple for them. And it's not like they have to pick up the phone and call you. It's just, hey, I'm really kind of interested in what my house is worth. And people want to know that in this market because they're seeing and they're hearing in every aspect, the prices have gone up, the prices have gone up. They want to know what their house is worth, because that might spur them to maybe think about selling, and that's going to create listings for you. So go ahead to the next slide. So I talked about that Homebot clients can actually explore other markets. That is one of the things that this allows you to do as well. Now, there is an investor grade market insight that future homeowners can also access. So your clients will have the ability to go in and search other areas as well. And it goes across the country. It's not just in the market that you're in. So the one good thing about this is you can connect your own IDX to this. So if you want to search it through your own MLS, you can. There is a connection that you can connect your IDX to this, so it can actually be through your system, or you can use the one that's connected with Homebot as well. I think right now it's like YOLO, I think it's YOLO, I think it's called, that they use. So, but it's actually something where they can look at the different markets and see what are hot markets where, maybe they're moving across country. It gives you the opportunity to refer them out as well. So it gives them the opportunity to browse, just like in Zillow. They can look in different markets and find opportunities and with them doing that, you also know on the back end that your client may be looking at other homes. This tells you that they're thinking about possibly moving before anybody else knows. So you're basically can watch them on the backside, seeing where they're scrolling and looking without having to wait to find out if they call you to list their house. You know how active someone is without, through the automated or the artificial intelligence, you already know this because they're your client. So it's a great opportunity to get them back off of Zillow and back into, keeping them back into your own consumer database. Okay, go to the next one. So again, it's also helpful with rentals if you want to look at that. We won't focus on that too much. Go ahead to the next one. And again, the one great thing is a lot of people complain about engagement. How do you keep customers engaged to you? With Homebot, the average open rate is actually 50%, and it's a less than 2% unsubscribe rate. Email has become so, overused. You send out the newsletter, with the recipes and all of these things. if you look at your activity feed, you will see that this is what you are seeing is actually what homeowners are doing. It will show you that there's a much higher open rate, and you can see how active those homeowners are and exactly what they're doing. Now, if you go to the next slide, I'm going to show you, this is actually my actual activity feed as of yesterday. These are my clients. It's an 86% open rate. So this is as of yesterday. So this is for all of the people that I have in this of previous clients that I've put in, and I've been using this for about 1.5 years. So of all the previous clients that I've put into this, I have an open rate of 86%. Now, in terms of what that says on the home views, that's people that actually go in and utilize it, meaning that they're looking at their home or they're looking at other markets or things like that. 68% have actually gone in and utilized the system. They don't just open it, look at it, and then go out. They're actually utilizing the system. And this is my own customers. So if you look at the buyers, now a buyer is, I don't use that as much. This is a separate account where you can promote it on Facebook and get new prospects in, or promote it on social media, other social medias, open houses, things like that, where you have like a QR code or a sign in where it says wanting to know what your home is worth, where you can gather new prospects. You can use it there as well. I don't use it for that, but again, it's even with unsolicited people, we have a 62% open rate. So it's a pretty high open rate. So go to the next slide. This is an actual agent that is co-branded with me. So this is one way you can do this with a lender, is that if you want to, it gives you access at a much less expensive rate. So if you co-brand with a lender, so you have the mortgage information of your client as well as the home information, which gives them a much more well-rounded opportunity to see how their equity actually plays into their wealth. This is one of my real estate agents that actually has their client floated in. They have a 76% open rate as of yesterday. So, and again, actively looking at their homes, 61%. So the cost is super inexpensive when you co-brand with your mortgage partner, because the mortgage partner takes on the bulk of the cost. And again, it's really inexpensive, and you can see this is actual data as of yesterday of people that actually utilize it. So you can see that it's really, it is a worthwhile investment. So go ahead to the next one. So as you can see how it works is you've got your branding is at the top. This is what the newsletter looks like when they receive it. You can see the estimated value of their home. It goes through and charts out how it's happened over time. It talks about their zip code. It talks about the net worth of their home, and then how it's calculated. Now, if you are not, which pulls in the mortgage information, what's fascinating about this and the technology is that whether or not you're branded with a loan officer, or if you know their previous mortgage information, it will actually pull the last mortgage information that is on public record. So whether or not you're working with a lender or not, it will automatically pull the last deed of trust that was recorded in public record with that, so that it will have some sort of mortgage, if there is a mortgage on there, so that the net worth will be as accurate as we can make it. Now, it does give the borrower or the client the opportunity to go and fine tune that if they've refinanced it and it hasn't shown up yet. If it's a fixed rate, they won't have an interest rate on there, so they'll have the ability to go in and fine tune interest rates and things like that if the lender isn't involved in it. So there's a lot of things that this will do automatically, but having a lender involved just makes it fine tuned much more. Then if you look at the very bottom, it says what's important now. There's all sorts of things that it goes into more detail of things that they can do with this knowledge of wealth. So you can set up a safety net by cashing out some of their equity. You could refinance by dropping the rate. You can think, if you're thinking about selling, you can downsize and pocket this equity. It's already, you know, putting these ideas into your clients, into their mind about things that they may already be thinking about, but they don't know the information that they know they want to ask. So they're already putting that information into their minds. And then it starts talking about the financial side of it. You're providing them information on building their wealth, which is making you basically their director of their future financial goals, which helps and makes you more than just their agent that wants to buy or sell their house. It's making you a part of their long-term financial goal planning. So you become the person that they're going to go back to and be the one that helps them continue to help them with their financial plan. So then at the bottom, it just talks about, hey, if these are the things you want to do, what are the refinancing costs? What are all these different things? When you're co-branded with us, we actually have an automated system that says if they're looking to refinance, they just have to click a button and it automatically will send us a notification that we automatically, within 24 hours, send them back information on refinancing. So it's a very automated system. It has our brand on it. It will have our information on it. And so it's automatically sent out. You look like a hero and it looks fantastic. So go ahead to the next one. So you can also extend your client base, it helps you with prospecting because you can set up your own personalized lead capture page, which you can put out on social media. You can put out at your open houses. Like I said, you can set up QR codes. You can set up landing pages. We have marketing systems that allow you to create single property websites. Obviously, in this market with the way that listings go, you don't have to do that for very often, but you can set up these opportunities where people can just say, rather than going to Zillow, hey, do you want to know what your home is worth? We have a really high-tech ability to give that information to you. Just put your information in here. And that's going to dump their information into your CRM so that they will automatically start receiving this from you. And it becomes a retention. It's basically a lead gen opportunity for you. Okay, go to the next one. So you can share it, like I said, at open houses, social media, and on your website. You can also add it as well. Go to the next one. So it helps educate buyers and homeowners. It makes you stay top of mind. And obviously, like I said, it's a lead gen at a very low cost. And like I said, artificial intelligence is the up and coming way to do it, especially when you're trying to beat out the big box companies. Go ahead. So how does it cost? How do you get started? So if you are co-branded, if you are branded with a lender, now that's the only way that I know how to do it. If you want to go without a lender, you're going to probably need to reach out to Homebot yourself. But if you want to co-brand with us, there are 500 clients that are included. And if you want to do more than 500 clients, it's an additional $10 for an additional 500 clients. You get Homebot for the homeowners. You also get Homebot for buyers, which is adding that searching different markets. You get that personalized lead capture form, and then it's $25 a month. And it's month to month. There's no contract. It's super simple. It's a $50 one-time setup fee. You can all you have to do is do a CSV file, which you upload directly to Homebot. You don't send it to me. I don't know who your clients are. If they are common clients between you and I, then because we upload every client that we close automatically, they cross-reference to make sure that we're not double sending them. So there's an automated system to make sure that the email is not duplicated, so they're not getting it from 50 different people. So they do have a cross-reference there, but you upload your CSV file to Homebot, and they will do an automated dump so that they make sure that that it's not garbage in kind of thing, so that the mapping is correct, and they will have all of your data inputted all at once. Or if you don't have a huge amount of data and you want to input it one by one, you can also do that as well. So it's up to you. But that is pretty much Homebot. If you want to go to the next. If you have any questions, it is, like I said, I can't say enough about how great of a lead capture and customer retention product this is. It has been a real game changer for us. We've received tons of positive responses from our clients about it. Very little errors, I mean, just like anybody, oh, well, my house is worth that, much more than that. But, I think we all get that. So, but the bottom line is, it is a great way to stay in front of your clients, without being in their face, and giving them information that they really want to know and that they need to know, and giving them information that is relevant to them. So best way to reach me is on my cell phone. I always have that with me. And I really, again, appreciate Landmark and Sarah for letting me provide this information to you. Any questions?
Thank you, Amy. That was awesome. So we talk tech tools a lot in real estate because there are a plethora of them out there. This is probably one of the most utilized tech tools, though, across the board in real estate because it works. Like you said, it's low error, high open rates. So as far as, like I said, when it comes to tech tools, this is one, if you're not already utilizing it in your business, look into it, because automated systems as a real estate agent, it's going to make your life easier. And like I said, Amy said, getting started with it is super easy. It's uploading your contacts and boom, it does the rest for you. So we could all use a little bit more of that in our lives. Does anybody have any questions for Amy? I mean, I've seen a couple of Homebot presentations before, and this one really just clarified so much. Like, I don't even have any questions because you covered everything. And basically it's just an incredibly user-friendly platform, which, like I said, when you're wearing so many hats in the real estate industry, a little bit, taking a little bit off your plate, staying top of mind with your clients, and having something that does it really easily, that's great. That's a great feature. So if you guys have any questions, even not today, even later, reach out to us at Landmark Title. If you have any questions for Amy, we'd love to put you in touch with her. So I'll go over what we have coming up. We're kind of, winding down our summer. Amy, I don't know about you, but my kids go back to school the first week of August. So
yes,
when I say I'm winding down my summer, literally, I've got a couple of weeks left. But that also means we've got a couple weeks left of July to have some great speakers on Marketing Matters. So next week, we have Ruben Luna with AZ and Associates. He is a powerhouse. He has actually been on the top 100 list of Hispanic real estate agents. Guys, he is number 3 for the nation. I do believe that is his statistic. So he is not only a top producing agent, but he also runs an amazing team here in the Phoenix area. So we're going to bring him on, talk a little bit about teams, and talk about how he has built up the sustainable team. That's the big thing, right? You can build a team, but how do you maintain a team? And then the following week, we have Charles Bartlett of the Team Minnick coming back on. He's come on to one of ours before, and he's always a wealth of information. So please, if obviously you're registered for this, so you'll get notifications, and we hope you'll be back the next couple of weeks in July for more topics on Marketing Matters. We also have coming up next week, our 4th mastermind for Realtor Mind Tricks. You guys know, because I talk about this nonstop, this is one of my favorite classes to teach and one of my favorite masterminds to host. It is all about using the force to build clients and referral clients and your sphere of influence. So this one is in person as well as on Zoom. It's a hybrid mastermind group. So if you are interested in attending in person at the Atrium in Arrowhead or via Zoom, reach out to Patty and Michael. They can get you guys signed up for that. If you haven't attended before, no problem. We always do a recap. It's always good information. So reach out to them. A couple of the other business development managers are going to be starting up this series in the fall as well. So if you want to jump on it, reach out to them. Tell your business development managers if you're actually interested in them hosting this class, let them know, and we can start getting you guys registered for that and start nailing those dates down. And then we have Tara doing a solar CE class, August 19th. This one's going to be in person in Glendale. Yeah, this is a very popular class, so it may be filling up quickly. So if you want solar with Tara, register for this class. We're actually going to host a online CE series coming up this fall. So we're going to bring Tara back for one of those classes as well. If you have any CE credits that you are in need of this fall, also reach out to your business development managers and we will get those scheduled specifically for you. That's the great thing about having industry partners that bring you education and classes, is that we are there to bring you what you need. So if you have any requirements that you need and you're running out of time to get them, reach out, we'll get them scheduled for you. And then Beth has a FERPTA class coming up. This is going to be on Zoom, August 17th at 1 p.m. So if you're interested in FERPTA, eventually we're going to have a flyer for you. This next month, right? We've got time. It's on Zoom, but reach out and we'll get you registered for that as well. And that's all for us today, Amy. Thank you so much for coming. I get the pleasure of seeing you bright and early, first thing tomorrow morning as well for our BNI group. And like I said, that's great information. I'm so fortunate to have industry partners like Amy that can, come and bring us, these amazing tools and information. And this is an amazing business, how we all come together and we all support each other and we all build off of that. So you are never alone in the real estate industry. You always have great partners to work with, like Amy over at Citywide, and of course, our business development managers here at Landmark Title. They are not just your business development managers, they are your partners as well. So thank you to Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Eric in Las Vegas, Zach, Patty, Michael, and Jessica. You all partner up so well with your clients, and it's always amazing to see how they grow because of our partnerships. And as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us to bring you Marketing Matters every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And please remember, we have 6 offices across the valley to service all of your escrow, title, and refi needs. So wherever you are doing business in the valley, there is a Landmark Title business development manager, escrow officer, and office to service you. So please think of us on your next contract, your next refi. We'd be happy to work with you. All right. I will see you all next week.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Amy. That was amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you.